Hey, welcome to a new reading vlog. It's Wednesday, July 21st, 10:53 p.m. I'm getting ready for bed, but I just want to start off this vlog. Yeah, so right now what I'm currently reading is Majesty by Katharine McGee. This is the second book in the American Royals, I believe it's a duology. So this is the second and last book. I started this yesterday. I'm currently on page 26. Yesterday I read it before bed, and right now I read it before bed. So I haven't gotten that deep into it. But if you guys don't know, the first book, American Royals, is pretty much what if instead of George Washington being offered a presidency, he was offered a crown. So this series follows his descendants in the future. So America, instead of having a president, they have a royal family. This follows a few perspectives that we follow, and one of the ones that we follow is Beatrice, who is, what is that called? She's she's next in line for the throne. So she's like preparing to, just learning about becoming the queen, and that she has to do that. So yeah, this pretty much follows up a few weeks after the end of the first book, and yeah, so far I'm enjoying being back in this world. And I just read a chapter from Daphne's perspective, and whew, I can't stand her. She's a horrible person. I don't think I'm gonna get into it, but I can't stand her. Horrible person. And yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how this book is gonna continue and how the story's gonna wrap up, and where our characters are gonna be at the end. But yeah, so I explained it very well. So like I said, one of the characters we follow is Beatrice, who is the next in line for the throne. Then we follow Samantha, who is Beatrice's younger sister. We also follow Jeff. He doesn't have we don't read from his perspective. We also follow Jeff, who is Samantha's twin brother. And then we follow Nina, who is Samantha's best friend, and I'll leave her situation at that, so I don't want to spoil anything. And then we also follow Daphne, which I talked about, who in the first book was dating Prince Jefferson, and I think right from the beginning we know, I'm pretty sure in the first book we know that they broke up, and she's not happy about that, and she wants her prince back. So yeah, there's also some other things that goes on with Daphne in the first book that are just like horrible, and I'm actually really intrigued to see like what happens with that. And yeah, it's the update I have for you guys right now. Also, I am using my Aurora bookmark because like it went really well with the book cover. So yeah, I think that's all I really have to say. If I missed anything, I will say it when I remember. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys right now. I'm super excited to be back in this world, like I said, and yeah, so I'll talk to you guys again possibly tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Hey, what's up? So it's Thursday, July 29th. It's Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:22 a.m.
Okay, it's 9:22 a.m.
Enjoy your morning.
And I'm vlogging on my phone because we're going on a little road trip to visit my sister upstate. So we're getting ready for that. The book I'm taking with me, it's the book I've been reading this whole time in this vlog, which is American Royals by Katharine McGee. I've read a little bit more of it, and not too much more, but I am interested to see like who's gonna end up together at the end of the book and how that's all gonna play out. I kind of know how I kind of know who's gonna end up together, just because I feel like there's no other option, but we'll see. Interested to see who's gonna end up together, who's not gonna end up together, and how that's gonna end up. And then also, if you guys have read the first book, Daphne's whole situation with a certain person, something that she did something bad to, interested to see how that's gonna play out as well. Yeah, without giving too much detail. But yeah, I'm gonna be reading that on we're gonna be gone for, we're coming back, today's Thursday, and coming back on Sunday. Like, we're driving back on Sunday. So yeah, so yes, I'm gonna try and vlog a little bit while I'm up there, but we'll see what happens. I'm going with my mother, my aunt, and my cousin, so I don't know how comfortable I'll be with vlogging, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, we're almost ready to go. So I'll talk to you guys again once I've read something. Hey, so we made it upstate. It's the next day. It's Friday, July 30th. It's 10:44 a.m. And I'm just gonna be sitting out here reading Majesty for a little bit. But I do have to say, I only read one chapter in the car driving up. I am on page 47. I'm on chapter 7. And what I have to say is that I can't stand Daphne. She's so annoying. She needs to get over herself. And her parents are annoying too, because they're like really forcing her, like, you have to get back together with Jefferson, and it's annoying. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit out here reading Majesty and enjoying the view. Yep. It got real quiet. That's weird. Okay. Anyways, hey. So I remember I think the last update I just had like a time lapse or something. Don't remember. Basically today is Saturday, August 7th. It's 8:37 p.m. And I'm still reading Majesty by Katharine McGee. I'm on page 82. I'm going so slowly through this. As you guys saw last weekend, I went upstate to visit my sister and her fiance. I went with my mother, my aunt, and my cousin. My cousin drove, and they were trying to get me to drive, but I was like, I haven't driven a car in like 10 years, so. And that's when I got my license, so I'm like, don't know how I feel about that. So I didn't. I've also never driven in a highway. That's just, they don't teach you that when you go to like driving school. Anyways, this is a reading vlog. So basically, oh yeah, So I went upstate and I didn't read much. I read a tiny bit. As you guys saw, the place that my sister and her fiance are renting, they have like a little balcony, so I read out there literally just that one morning. I didn't read it. Yeah, I didn't read anything else the rest of the weekend because we were just like having family time and having fun. So yeah. Oh, I also got, I'll put up a picture. I don't have video of it. I'll put up a picture. We went on a ski lift. Obviously there's no snow, but it just took us up to like this lake, and I was low-key freaking out because I don't do heights, and I went on with my cousin and he was freaking out too. So it was my sister and her fiance. They went on one I don't know what those one of the chairlift chairs. Wait, what? Chairlift chairs, whatever. They were on one, and then it was me and my cousin, and then my mom and my aunt, they were on one. And it was so funny. Me and my cousin were just freaking out. We were trying to distract ourselves with like just talking about random stuff because we were like, oh, I'm freaking out here. But yeah, we both don't do heights. It was a bad we should have probably gone with somebody else because we were freaking out. And then on the way down, my mom almost died. It's funny now, but the way to get on the chairlift to go down, it didn't give you enough time if you don't know what you're doing to like sit down. So my mom thought they want to slow it down for her, the chair, when it was coming up to her. That's not how it works. So my aunt literally had to like yank her on the chair. It was crazy. My sister's fiance got it on video. It was crazy. I'm not gonna post the video though because that will embarrass my mother. But it was an experience, and I don't think I'll ever go skiing because it wasn't fun. I was a little scared. But it was an experience, and yeah, I'm gonna be continue reading Majesty. I'm hoping to finish this weekend. So right now what I'm doing is I'm watching the newest episode of Married at First Sight because that's one of my like guilty pleasure shows. I just love it. So I'm watching that. So during commercials I'm gonna be reading Majesty, and I got the audiobook from Libby, so I probably will listen to the audiobook just to make it go a little bit faster because I read slow. So yeah, so during commercials I'm gonna be reading during commercials of Married at First Sight, and then right after, which this is an hour and 22 minutes. So yeah, during commercials I'll be reading, and then I'll watch the newest episode of Jersey Shore Family Vacation and do the same thing and read during commercials. So that's my plan for tonight, and let's get to watching / reading. Hey, same place, hours later. Different hairstyle. It's still Saturday, August 7th, 11:35 p.m. Yeah, it's been a few hours. I'm now on page 119. I'm on chapter 15 of Majesty, and I think I have two things to say. First thing is this character Robert, who I'm not sure his exact position, what it is, but he like makes up the schedule for the royals, and he like I don't know how to describe it. He like makes up the schedule, and he makes sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I can't stand him because of the way he treats Samantha, who is the spare. So obviously Beatrice is now the queen, and well, she hasn't been coronated yet, but she's the queen, and the next in line will be Samantha. And Robert treats her like, I don't know, he's just so rude and mean to her. I kind of understand why, just because of Samantha's reputation, but because we like follow her and we there's chapters in her perspective, we see why she's like that. And I honestly, especially from the first book, I have a soft spot for her, just because I just feel, I understand why she does things, certain things that she does. Basically, I mean, if you haven't, this is I guess a spoiler for the first book. It's not a major spoiler, but if you haven't, if you don't want to know, I'll put a little tiny picture of American Royals, and then once that goes away, you can unmute. Okay, so basically Samantha, she acts out because she wants attention, but it's not like she wants attention from like the media or stuff like that. She literally wants attention from her family. And because she acts out and is like a handful, Robert, like, he just treats her badly. Well, like, not badly, but he's rude to her, and I can't stand it. But yeah, I just have like a soft spot for her because I understand why she acts the way that she does, and I feel like if people will pay more attention to her, they will understand that and see why she acts the way that she does, and have like a better relationship or whatever. But okay, so yeah, it was just a teeny tiny spoiler. But yeah, I can't stand Robert, and I love Samantha. Like, I understand why she does the things that she does. Is it the best way to go about it? Absolutely not. But I understand why she feels that she has to act out, and I feel for her. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is Marshall. I'm not gonna say, because you haven't read the book, I'm not gonna say how he comes into the story or what's happening, but I love him. I love his sense of humor. What? His sense of humor. And yeah, oh, also what I have to say is that I think in the beginning of this vlog I was talking about like, oh, I know who's gonna end up together at the end. Now I don't, because let's just say the person that Beatrice is currently with, I can now see that working out. And then Samantha's new love interest, if that's what you want to call it, whatever, I'm like, that could work out too. So now I don't know like where the story is gonna go and how it's gonna end. And then when it comes to Jeff, I don't know what's going on there. Like relationship wise for him. I thought I knew how this was gonna end. I was wrong. Now I don't know. I don't know where this is heading, but I'm excited to continue reading this and see where it does lead. Talk about Daphne for a little bit. Can't stand her. She's a horrible person. This next chapter is in her perspective. I'm not gonna read anymore tonight. I'm gonna start getting ready for bed, but I'm gonna have to mentally prepare myself to read a Daphne chapter tomorrow morning. And yeah, still can't stand her. She's horrible. And those are my thoughts. Okay, that's all I have for right now. Like I said, I'm about to start getting ready for bed. It's honestly creepy how quiet it is outside. It's Saturday night, and usually they're blasting music, and it's summer. Usually they're blasting music outside, and it's eerily quiet. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, yes, I'm gonna start getting ready for bed, and I'll keep updating you guys tomorrow while I continue reading Majesty.
show tonight?
Don't know.
Yeah, the show is wonderful, and I just love the numbers you do, but, you know, after seeing it so many times, it does get a little boring. Do you mind if I don't go tonight? That's all nice.
No, of course not. Why should I?
Good. I thought we might go to a movie.
Sure, that's a good idea. Go have a little dinner, then go to a movie, and what do you mean my show is boring?
Hey. Majesty, where's my phone? It's Sunday, August 8th. It's 6:58 p.m. Oh, right. There you go. So I'm reading Majesty. I'm now on page 180. I'm about to start chapter 22. And like I keep saying, I feel bad for Samantha, and like in the way that she feels having to act out and everything, like I said before earlier in this vlog. And then both the part that I just read, something happened to Daphne that was bound to happen, and I'm glad that the truth came out to one person, because Daphne is not a good person, but then at the same time her mother is pretty much the reason why she does pretty much everything that she does. And the whole trying to get back with Jefferson, it's her mother pushing her to do it. Her mother's a horrible person. Yeah, she's a horrible person. She treats Daphne like really badly, but then at the same time Daphne's not that great either, but I do feel a little sorry for her because of her mother. Yeah, but yeah, somebody found out what Daphne did, and yeah, it was bound to happen, and I'm interested to see if other people are gonna find out and how everyone's gonna take it. And I still don't know who's gonna end up with who in the end. Yep, that's the update I have for right now. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll keep updating you guys as I have thoughts. So, okay. It's 10:24 p.m. now. Still on Sunday. I'm now on page 231. I'm about to start chapter 28. I think I have two things to say. One, Samantha made a choice, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna end in disaster. That was a bold choice. Pretty sure it's gonna end in disaster. And then Robert can't stand him, and I'm excited to see Beatrice finally stand up for herself, because yeah, he's a horrible person. Robert, there's so many horrible people in this book. That Daphne's mom, Daphne, Robert, all horrible people. But yeah, Robert, he's been so rude and like disgusting with both Samantha and Beatrice. You could just tell that. I feel like with both of them, it's just like because they're women, he's just like. But there's, okay, I'll mention one thing. In one of Samantha's chapters, she mentioned how Robert said, when he said everyone's name, he mentioned their titles first, except for her. And then later on in the chapter I just read, something's happening. I'm not gonna say too much because spoilers, but something's happening, and Robert says to Beatrice, you can't honestly mean that you would have sent Samantha. And then Samantha, and then Beatrice says, Her Royal Highness the Princess Samantha, Beatrice corrected. Like, yeah, I don't know what his deal was, but he like, yeah, he, like, Samantha's still a princess, and he's just, she's literally the only person that he calls by just like her first name. Like, the disrespect. Like, why? But yeah, I was like, yes, exactly, like, correct him. Like, I don't know what he has against Samantha. Like, she's literally like, what? Like, you're a grown-ass man. Like, what is your problem? And then yeah, he's like rude to Beatrice too, because he doesn't, like, he mentions it kind of mentions it in the synopsis too, but he was like, oh, you're not really queen until you're married. Like, excuse you? Like, what? And it's not even like it's mentioned like that, yeah, 100% you are not actually the queen until you are married. It's not mentioned in the book like that's 100% a rule. He just mentioned, it's just Robert that it's like, no, you're not queen until you're married. Wait until you have Teddy on your side, and then you can have your queenly duties. Like, what? Can't stand him. But yeah, I'm excited to see the outcome of Samantha's choice. I really don't know what's gonna happen. And it's especially because so many things are about to hit the, so much shit's about to hit the fan. Like, seriously, like with Ethan and Nina. Like, once Nina finds out what Ethan did, oh, that's gonna be a mess. Once Beatrice finds out what Samantha did, that's gonna be a mess. And the thing is that I know Samantha thinks she's doing it, that's a good, like, to help Beatrice, but I don't think it's gonna end well. Oh, I really don't know. Like, everything with like the relationship, if you guys have read this, then you know, like, everything with like the different couples, like they're all like, no one is with who they started with in the first book, and they're all like switched off like who they're like dating. So I really, or like they are dating somebody new, and don't know, like, honestly, every single person, I'm like, I have no idea how they're gonna end up with at the end. Like, no idea. It could go any way. Don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited to see how it does wrap up. Okay, let's talk about, a little while ago I was like, I think this is sitting like at a 3-star, but I think I really won't know until everything wraps up how exactly I'm gonna feel about it, because it's not like I'm completely engrossed in the story and I'm just like loving it, but I'm not hating it either. So that's why I'm like a 3-star. So depending where the story goes, I might add more stars, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on reading because, yeah, I'm interested. I might take a tiny bit of a break. If you guys have seen my vlogs before, I've mentioned this before, that's how I read. I read for a little bit and then I take a bit of a break and then I go back to reading. I can't just read for like 2 hours straight. That's not me. So I like read for a while, take a little bit of a break, read for a while, take a bit of a break. So I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and then get back to it. I want to get a good amount more done before midnight, so I might just take like, I might start reading again like at 11 and then try and read for like an hour and get as much done before midnight. So those are my plans. Let's see what happens. Okay, hey, so it's days later. I'm here to wrap up this vlog for Majesty. This turned out to be like a dedicated vlog to Majesty. It was supposed to be like a regular reading vlog where I would try to read multiple things. That didn't happen. I just read this. Yeah, so Saturday, August 14th, 11:58 a.m. Yes, a.m. I'm up early. I'm up early and I have accomplished some things already. So yes, I'm here to wrap up Majesty. So basically, I said I was going to finish this past Monday. That didn't happen. I was so close to finishing it. I had like 40 minutes left of the audiobook. And then I was like painting my nails and just like listening to like, what was I listening to? I had some ambiance going on, ambiance video. And then I got a text from my friend Carleni. She's like, did you get an email from the middle school you went to? And I was like, this sounds like the way, I don't know, the way that she said it, I'm like, sounds like something went down. So I checked my email, something went down. It was crazy. But yeah, so I got distracted by that, and I don't know if I want to say what happened. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but it was some news about, long story short, it was an email about a teacher that we had, and he's disgusting and an asshole. And yeah, and he got what he deserved. It's pretty much all I'm gonna say. He got what he deserved. And hopefully like everyone that everyone that's involved with that, I hope that they are able to start getting some closure with that, and you know, that he truly gets what he deserves, and that justice is served, because he's disgusting and an asshole. Okay, on to Majesty. Okay, so I finished it on Tuesday instead of Monday. Anyways, okay, so I'm just gonna speak about my thoughts about what I thought about the ending. And my thoughts are, for most of it, I felt like it was a good ending. Like I kept saying this entire vlog, where I was just like, oh, I thought that like the end ships would be, what I thought the end ships would be, wasn't it? Everyone ended up with somebody else that I didn't think they would end up with. So that was interesting. So I did like that it wasn't predictable, and that it didn't end how I feel like most people who read this book thought it was gonna end. All the ships completely different. It's just one of the ships that I was just like, why? And basically it's just because you can probably figure out who I mean. I'm not gonna say who it is because spoilers, but one of the couples that ends up together, one of them like admitted that they loved this person, but the reader knows that that person doesn't love that person back, but they're like, whatever, this is what I've been striving for and wanted my entire life, so yes, I love you and we're gonna be together. And I'm like, the person that actually loves the other person, I feel like, I'm like, they don't deserve this person. Like, that's so messed up that they like end up together at the end. And I hoping that and somewhere down the future I hope that they find out the true colors of the person that they're with, and everything that person did, because everything was horrible, and that they don't end up like getting married, because that would be awful, because this person doesn't deserve that. What else do I have to say? The other like end relationships that were fine. There was one couple where I read somebody saying that they were like, that they didn't feel like any kind of like strong vibes, like romantic vibes with them. And I thought about it and I'm like, did I? I think I did a little bit, but that is a very like new relationship. So, and we only saw that relationship in this book and not in the first book, so it's not like we had like a lot of time to like get really invested in that relationship. Oh, I will also say that I kind of wish it was an epilogue, at least a short epilogue at the end, because this is a duology, so we're not gonna know like what exactly happens with all the characters down the line, because I feel like some of it was left up in the air, and I'm like, since this is the conclusion, I want a little bit more closure as to like what happens to these characters like down the line. I really like at least like a little epilogue. just a tiny one. But yeah, I ended up giving this, yes, 3.5 stars. I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. 3.5. I liked most of it. It's just the end that I was just like, eh. Like some of it I liked, but like I said, I wish it was like a tiny bit more. So like some things were, I wish some things had been closed tight off a little bit neater. Some of it was, a lot of it was just left up in the air, and just like things could go either way, or you had to like make up your mind on what you think happens next with like certain relationships. But I do feel like a lot of it made sense, but it's just, I wish it was like a tiny bit more. So, yeah. So that is Majesty by Katharine McGee, the second book in the American Royals duology. And yeah, so this was a fun ride, and yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. And if you like this video, please give it a like so I can know what kind of videos to post on here. Sorry that this turned out to be a little bit more different than what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a regular reading vlog, and it was stretched out really long, like over a few weeks. But hopefully you still enjoyed. Please let me know if you guys have read this duology and what you thought about it, especially what you thought about the end of Majesty, without spoilers of course. Oh, and like always, all of my social media links will be linked down below in the description box. You can follow me on those platforms if you would like. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to become a member of a little family here on Yari Hearts Books, because I know a lot of you are not subscribed. To help me feel better and subscribe. So keep posting on here. Yes, so that is it. I'll catch you guys here next time on Yari Hearts Books.